Chapter: The Ascension to Gold Level 3. The months spent battling in the flooded barrows had transformed Brian and his companions in ways they hadn't fully anticipated. The grueling days of constant fighting, relentless pressure, and strategic thinking had taken their toll, but it had also forged them into stronger, more powerful individuals. As they fought their way through the labyrinthine depths of the ancient tombs, each battle, each victory, had not only honed their skills, but also unlocked new potential within themselves. By the end of the month, each of them had reached Gold Level 3, a testament to their growth and the intensity of the challenges they had faced. The exhaustion in their eyes was now paired with the unmistakable strength of seasoned warriors, their bodies and minds sharpened by the continuous battle. Brian, as the leader, had felt a change most acutely. His command of the battlefield had grown even more refined. His ability to lead his companions through the chaos of combat without hesitation or doubt now a mark of his leadership. His connection to his companions had deepened, not just as allies, but as a family bound by blood, sweat, and the shared hardship of their journey. As a result, Brian's powers, both in magic and leadership, had grown exponentially. His bond with the land, his people, and his companions had reached new heights. Esther, too, had flourished. As a summoner, she had refined her connection with her fire elementals, increasing their strength and versatility. Her magical abilities had reached a new level, allowing her to summon and control her elementals with even greater precision, turning the tide of battles in an instant. Her presence on the battlefield had become even more imposing, her fiery powers igniting the very air around her with destructive force. Roan, always the epitome of discipline and grace in battle, had honed his skills with the orichalcum shield and spear to an almost legendary level. The enhancements to his Sylph's Zephyr vest had given him unparalleled speed and agility, and his strikes now hit with a force and precision that made him nearly unstoppable. His Gold Level 3 abilities had further amplified his already impressive defenses, making him an impenetrable wall for any enemy. Saber, with his white tiger felinoid heritage, had embraced the power of his instincts and his training as a questing knight. His agility and strength had reached their peak, and his attacks, whether with sword or claw, had become devastatingly precise. His Gold Level 3 abilities had unlocked new defensive techniques, making him even more adept at parrying blows and keeping his enemies at bay, while dealing crushing counterattacks. Zafira, the magic knight and angelic warrior, had perfected her already impressive combination of swordplay and magic. Her divine abilities had grown stronger, and her connection to her celestial powers had deepened. With the destroyer armor, she had become an even more formidable force, able to withstand devastating blows and unleash holy power with greater intensity. Her strength as both a fighter and a protector of her companions had never been greater. Cobb, the berserker warrior, had pushed the limits of his fury. The battles in the barrows had unlocked even more of his untamed rage, but it had been tempered by a deepened sense of control. His heavy armor of the Wolf King now absorbed more damage, and his strikes were heavier and faster than ever before. With Gold Level 3 strength, Cobb had become an unstoppable force, capable of taking on the most dangerous enemies head-on without fear. Edison, the Force Mage, had also ascended to new heights of power. His lightning and force magic abilities had grown exponentially, his control over the elements now more focused and devastating. With his Staff of the King of Night, he had unlocked new spells that allowed him to manipulate the environment itself, sending shockwaves through the ground and unleashing torrents of lightning that could obliterate enemies in an instant. His strategic mind, now enhanced by his magical growth, had made him an even more invaluable asset to the team. As they gathered together after another grueling fight, their bodies weary but their spirits stronger than ever, Brian could sense the transformation in each of them. The months of struggle and sacrifice had paid off. They were no longer just warriors. They were legends in the making, and with their newfound strength, they were ready to face whatever the world would throw at them. Brian turned to his companions, a quiet pride filling him. We've come far, all of us, but this is just the beginning. We've cleared the first third of the barrows, and we've gained new power along the way. Now, we push forward, together. His words, filled with resolve, were met with nods of agreement from each of his companions. The weight of the barrows, once overwhelming, now seemed like just another challenge they would face and conquer. They were stronger than they